Hey guys, it's Daniel. Welcome back. If you like Nirvana, make sure to subscribe to this channel. I have a lot of Nirvana related videos here, including interviews I've done with Steve Albini, Jack Endino, and many others. In today's video, I'm going to take a look at School. School is the fourth track off of Nirvana's debut record Bleach. Bleach being released on June 15th, 1989. School itself was never released as a single, though it remains one of the more popular songs from Bleach. Lyrically, School is a very simple tune. There are just 15 words in the entire song. Won't you believe it, it's just my luck is repeated 6 times, You're in high school again is repeated 8 times, and No recess is repeated 13 times. For those of you who are curious, the total word count is 114, but again, it's just the same 15 words repeated over and over again. On the surface, it may seem that School lacks lyrical depth, but that's not really true. Yes, it certainly is lyrically very minimal, but that's exactly where the depth in the lyrics come from. School is a song with a strong statement. The simplicity of the lyrics and the number of times they are repeated helps to drive that statement home. Kurt Cobain did not enjoy high school. In particular, he didn't like the high school cliques and considered himself a loner. In an interview with Guitar World, Kurt spoke about his high school days, saying that I was so antisocial that I was almost insane. I felt so different and so crazy that people just left me alone. Years later, when Nirvana started making a name for itself in the underground Pacific Northwest punk and grunge scene, Kurt often felt pressure to conform musically to what was deemed to be acceptable by his contemporaries. Pop music, for instance, was a big no-no in the underground punk scene, yet Kurt had natural pop songwriting sensibilities. When it came to a song like About a Girl, for instance, Kurt was hesitant at first to include that song on Bleach because he thought it may rub Nirvana's grunge fan base the wrong way. This pressure to conform musically, whether it was just perceived or whether it actually was there, made Kurt feel like he was part of a high school clique, where members of the clique were expected to behave in certain ways and stay within a certain box. Nirvana's song School is a reflection of Kurt's sentiments about this, hence the line in School, You're in high school again. Kerrang! Contributor Stevie Chick had the following to say about School. A stereotypically sub-pop riff drives this attack on the Seattle scene Nirvana had recently joined, which Kurt found incestuously small, cliquey, and stuck up. I'm in high school again, he wrote to Dale Crover, a line not far off the song's refrain. But if School scorns the grunge scene, it does so while posing as a pretty sublime grunge song. As Kurt later admitted, it was a joke at first, and then it turned out to be a really good song. School may have started out as a joke, but the negative sentiments were certainly real. In reality, the song was not only about the underground punk scene, but also about Sub Pop itself, the record label Nirvana was signed to at the time. Nirvana and Sub Pop had an up and down relationship, especially in the early days. Sub Pop is based in Seattle and is often regarded as one of the catalysts of the Seattle punk scene. The original working title for School was The Seattle Scene. In Kurt's perspective, the underground Pacific Northwest punk scene displayed much of the same cliquishness and snobbishness that he witnessed in high school. He wanted to escape high school, yet now that he was in the underground punk scene, in his mind at least, he now felt that he was, to an extent, stuck in the same social conditions he faced in high school. Hey guys, I just want to quickly mention that if you do like these Nirvana videos I've been making, and you want to see more of them, the best way to support me is simply to subscribe. Everything I do here is original. I have no one helping me make these videos, and it's all self-funded. So if you guys do want to support me and see more videos, the best way to do so is honestly just to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Now back to the video. By most accounts, Kurt's time in high school wasn't the greatest. He didn't do well socially or academically. The only high school classes he ever consistently did well in were his art classes. By grade 12, Kurt had nearly 2 years of courses he had to make up in order to graduate. He dropped out of school just a few weeks before his class graduated in June of 1985. Arguably, Kurt's most important experience from high school was befriending Dale Crover, the drummer for the Melvins. In a twist of irony, Kurt, who was not a fan of cliques, frequently attended Melvin's practices and shows, in a sense becoming part of the Melvin's clique. And in this Melvin's clique, that's where Kurt befriended another friend of the Melvins, Chris Novoselic. Kurt and Chris knew each other from high school, but their friendship didn't begin to blossom until they got to know each other through their time hanging out with the Melvins. And furthermore, Nirvana's connection to the Melvins is partly why producer Jack Endino agreed to work with Nirvana in the first place. Jack Endino knew Dale Crover, and Dale Crover was the fill-in drummer for Nirvana in late 1987, early 1988, the same period when Kurt Cobain first reached out to Jack Endino and asked if they could record some songs with him. By the time Jack Endino recorded Bleach in late 1988, early 1989, Chad Channing was the drummer in Nirvana. The version of School which appears on Bleach features Chad Channing on drums. If you like Nirvana, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Lots more coming. Everything I do here is independently made and self-funded, so if you do want to support me, in all sincerity, the best thing to do is honestly just to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Now, I want to show you guys a clip that I took in April of 2019. I visited Aberdeen and I got to go to Kurt Cobain's high school. I have shown this clip on my channel before, but since this song is partly about Kurt Cobain's sentiments of high school and how he felt that the music scene in Seattle reflected high school, I just think it'd be appropriate to show you guys a clip of Kurt Cobain's high school. So here you guys go. Thanks for watching.
What used to be right here, there was a foyer here, and this used to be its own standalone building. Aside, there was a parking lot right down here and a grass field right in front of it. Yeah, right here in front of us. There's a little hill that went down. There was a grass field here, parking lot. There was buildings right down through that way, right there. That's where like our auto shop, our wood shop were. Cool. Right where that walkway is, and then right where you see the parking lot on the far side over there. Okay. Yeah, all the way down. All the way down. Yeah. Okay. Right there, and in this field right here on the right, we had buildings all the way through there. So you guys knocked them all down? Yeah. Well, what happened is we had a school fire. And, sorry. Yeah. So what happened is one of the buildings burned down, so they used that the opportunity to tear everything down and totally redo everything. That's amazing. So then we got a whole brand new school here. So.
Hey, that looks beautiful.
Yeah. But the gym is the original freestanding gym, and we just kind of built from the gym down to make the whole new school. Yeah, this is exactly the same as it was.
That's a giant gym.
Yeah, way back in the day. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really big.
Hey, thanks for watching. My name is Daniel Sarkisian. I'm an independent filmmaker from Toronto.